I can barely tell, but I think the fucking kid is crying. Because of course he is. Yep, he's crying.
But yeah, I'm looking at my team here at the end of that match. It's like, seriously, how did we lose? It's,
Incompetence,
tell me
probably.
about it. It's like, oh hey, our Hawkeye that we started off with, oh they switched to a healer at the very end of the match,
Can you
and they
change?
did.
Can you change like who you're playing as during a game?
Yes, you can.
Oh shit!
Hmm.
Now that sucks.
It's very annoying, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one thing I can agree with Randall. They take that and take that out and make it where it's matchmaking is role locked. So if you matchmake into a game, you can pick a character by their role, but you have to actually pick a character by a specific role. So that means every match will always go in with like two tanks, two healers, DPS instead of always running into matches where everyone wants to play DPS and no one wants to play a healer, no one wants to play a tank.
Mm,
You're going to have to be forced to pick something, otherwise you won't get to play.
right. Well, who knows? The game is still fairly new, so
Hmm. Although I
maybe somewhere down the line, maybe they'll make some tweaks or whatever.
although I am kind of excited for next month because that's when season 1 of the games officially starts, and they're going to introduce some new characters. And from what we've seen leaked of the game thus far,
Mm.
we have reason to believe that the first characters they're going to introduce is members of the Fantastic Four, as well as Ultron as playable characters.
Ultron will be interesting.
Yeah, it's actually been leaked that he's going to be
What? You got cut
a
off.
heal. He's going to be a healer. He can summon clones of himself,
Hmm.
and he can basically have them follow all the other teammates, and they basically heal anybody that they're near.
Mm.
Hmm. I imagine he's going to be a really good healer.
If people decide to play him.
Oh, I imagine some people will, like maybe Iron Man fans.
Who knows?
But me personally, I just want to get my hands on Mr. Fantastic and Human Torch.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Out of all of the Marvel heroes that I know, some of my favorite have always been Mr. Fantastic and Human Torch.
Mm.
And I've seen their designs and they look pretty cool. We're also supposedly going to get Blade sometime in the near future too.
Ooh.
Yeah, but when I saw his design, I was like, that doesn't look like Blade. At least not from what I'm used to. That looks nothing like Blade.
Mm.
But
Who
to be fair,
who was it that played Blade again?
Wesley Snipes.
Okay, so my brain wasn't wrong on that. Who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
maybe they'll add maybe they'll have like an extra skin for like a movie skin.
I imagine they will, especially since when you think of Blade, almost everything revolving that character in modern media, the
Hmm.
design is heavily revolved around Wesley Snipes' portrayal of Blade.
Yeah.
Like the character would not be who they are if it wasn't for that man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I expect them to give bring in a skin based on the Wesley Snipes portrayal of Blade. I
Mm-hmm.
imagine, considering Blade was in Deadpool and Wolverine, they
Mm-hmm.
could use that version of him.
Or hell, have both versions, like the new one and the old one.
That is true. They could do that.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite curious on how Blade is going to play. I imagine he will definitely DPS, but I
Mm.
don't know if I'm going to like him. But if he's fun and I get interested into him, yeah, I'll play him for a while. Which reminds me, I really should go back and actually dedicate myself to watching the Blade films because it's like I watched them when I was young, but that was back when I was really squeamish over like body horror and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think I could sit down and watch them without freaking out now.
I still have yet to watch a Blade movies either.
Oh no!
Yeah. There are still. I'm pretty sure there are still certain like Marvel related movies that like again not part of the MCU or anything, and that were like again, before and basically pre MCU era Marvel movies. There's still a few that I have yet to see. So like I haven't seen Elektra, I haven't seen Blade.
Oh wow, that's nice.
I haven't seen Punisher.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a Punisher.
Yeah.
But to be fair, the Punisher
I was gonna say you keep getting cut off, so you gotta be careful with I don't know. You gotta be careful with your microphone or something.
I mean, to be fair, I think the Punisher has been done better justice when they got John Bernthal.
Don't know who that is.
That's the guy that's playing the Punisher in the MCU Netflix TV show.
Didn't even know there was a Netflix show for Punisher.
Watch it. It is so good.
I want to watch the OGs first.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I feel like that actor has really solidified himself as the Punisher. My God, he's so good.
Yeah. But yeah, I think literally I think the only like pre-MCU movies that I've seen, I guess you could technically count the Hulk movies as being pre-MCU because he's still his movies are still technically not part of the MCU.
Well, to be fair, the one
technically the Incredible Hulk, that one is that one's the only one that's in relation, but it's still again, it's fucking still barely gotten the rights for that for those movies.
It's canon to the MCU because it does tie into it, but it's not official.
Yeah.
They don't got the rights to the movie, to the character.
Yeah. Still wish for a goddamn remake. Like, goddamn. Like I want like a proper remake with Mark Ruffalo. And like I need a Hulk movie with him. That is not She-Hulk. That is not She-Hulk.
Can I be totally honest and you won't get mad at me?
Depends.
No offense to Mark Ruffalo, but he's not a good Hulk actor.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. It's like it's not him. It's not him. It's not his fault. It's definitely the fact that they don't have the rights to use Hulk. That's at play here because truth be told, they could have done something phenomenal with Thor Ragnarok because the scenario that they found Hulk in there was actually part of a series of Hulk comics called World War Hulk.
I know.
And they could have done something phenomenal with that idea, but they botched it.
Yeah. I mean, again, that whole movie was just shit anyway. So it's not even about the Hulk. Hulk just happens to be there. As just a tie-in to fucking give Thor something to do. But again, the movie was shit.
Mm-hmm. And then She-Hulk. She-Hulk just made it even worse.
Well, again, it's She-Hulk.
She-Hulk,
where once again the focus is not on Hulk himself; it's on She-Hulk.
Yeah, but to be fair, even if they did do what they did with the She-Hulk TV show, She-Hulk was a phenomenally well-written character. They just made her a fucking joke in that show.
Yeah, cause that was probably the fucking intention. But again, like I said, those are instances where Hulk / Bruce / Mark Ruffalo is not the main focus.
Yeah.
So those don't count. Yeah, those don't count. Yeah.
And another thing I will nitpick on, I think it was too soon for them to go with the whole Professor Hulk identity that he's taken on. I think it was too soon.
What you mean?
You know how he basically has the ability to be turned into Hulk, but it's still more Banner than Hulk?
I mean, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that version of him.
Mm-mm. So I think it's too soon because honestly, if they really wanted to make a tried and true version of Professor Hulk, he should have been a lot older than what he is right now.
But I mean, at least in the movies, again, like, okay, because it was post snap, like it was basically like post snap. So like, how much time had passed? Because I don't fucking remember the movie. Like, how much time had passed since the snap? Like, again, half the population was gone, and then everyone just started changing and whatnot.
I believe it
from
was
there.
a 5 year time difference.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of time. Again, for the sake of a movie, that's quite a bit of time.
Well, the reason why I say he should have been older is because, okay, I kind of grew up with a lot of the Marvel cartoon TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat. When they introduced Professor Hulk to us, they were already. He was basically an older man. Like, when he turned into Hulk, he wasn't even like big green anymore. He was more of a gray Hulk with long white hair and a beard. And I was like, yeah, that's a good look for him. So I feel like if they went that direction with this design, that would have worked so much better.
I mean, yeah, sure, but like I said, for the sake of the movie, where again, like, waiting however long that would probably be far too much time for what the events of Endgame and whatnot was happening. Like, even 5 years, like, even that's a long ass time to fucking wait to see, okay, what the fuck are the Avengers doing? How is everybody coping with half the population still, snapped off? Like, again, 5 years was already a long ass time. But again, for the sake of the movie, that they had to at least do it. I personally, I don't mind it. Again, I find that version of him absolutely adorable. Like, I love him. But yeah, I still want an Incredible Hulk remake. Just because again, it's the whole it's a whole Fantastic Beasts thing where going from one actor to a completely different one to represent the same character is too jarring. It's just too drastic of a change to really, make it look consistent enough. Because literally, like, if nobody saw the Incredible Hulk movie, then no one would probably know that, oh, hey, this is how the Hulk gets introduced into the MCU as we know it. It's basically through that movie. I was like, oh, but it's not Mark Ruffalo. It's like, well, because this was, fucking somewhere in the, early to mid 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was literally before Mark Ruffalo was even a thought for the, for the Hulk.
From what I heard, apparently the reason why they didn't use the same guy that played in the Incredible Hulk movie is because apparently, well, he wasn't really a good person.
I mean, that's fine. And honestly, I didn't even care that much for him, like, playing Bruce Banner. I don't know. Like, Okay. Let me gather my thoughts real quick here. Okay. Okay. The portrayal that they went with for Bruce Banner, as we know him from the MCU, Mark Ruffalo, is just basically like this sort of, again, you would assume that he was like a weakling, a very meek type of guy, you know, again, very soft spoken, trying to keep calm, very, nice guy and whatnot, trying to not get angry. You know, that is basically, that is essentially like what, you know, what what the OG actor basically was as well, with the exception of, fucking working out and whatnot, and actually trying to work on more harsher forms of anger management and whatnot. But it was still basically like that's same meek, timid, soft spoken type of scientist guy. The way the first guy played him, I don't know. It I don't know. It just doesn't feel as right.
It wasn't believable.
Not so much not believable, but it just didn't feel right for me. Like, again, watching The Incredible Hulk and then watching, an Avengers movie with Mark Ruffalo in it, it's like yeah, I'm not getting Bruce from the original guy. I honestly see more Bruce Banner in Mark Ruffalo, just because at the very least for like, again, the personality that they're trying to give to Bruce, he definitely does pull it off a little bit better. In that, again,
okay, I can agree with that.
Yeah, again, he's still meek, he's still timid, he's still very soft spoken. I mean, fuck, when they first brought him in onto the fucking onto Shield, like, he was just as lost as Captain America, like he was so adorably lost. But at the same time, also, like,
shit, what's going on in your chat? It looks like it's blowing up.
Huh?
They're just listening to us. Someone's listening to us talk and hearing us mentioning. Someone brought up the fact that I mentioned Felix the cat. Oh no! Taking them back 30 years. No, my age is showing.
Look, you're only now looking at the chat.
Again, my iPad is away from me. I'm in my bed trying to stay warm. It is cold.
Yeah, no, but fuck, those messages were already from like maybe a good half hour ago.
Well, again,
especially that last one.
No, my age.
Anyways, back to Bruce. Like, oh my god, these fucking fireworks. Shit, what was the last thing I was saying already? You threw me off.
ADHD.
Again, what was the last thing I said? What was the last thing I was saying?
You were talking about how Mark Ruffalo portrays Bruce Banner better than the last guy.
Yes. Yeah, like, because personality-wise, he pulls it off well. Because especially even when, like, talking with Tony, like, he knows Tony is crazy. He fucking knows Tony is crazy, and he still keeps that level of, like, serious and stern, like, air when talking to Tony, that, like, he could, he's not gonna, like, blow up at any point in time, not just yet. He's not gonna fucking get angry, over whatever bullshit that happens anytime soon. Whereas with the other guy, like, I don't know, it doesn't come off that easily. It doesn't come off that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Like literally, if if you remember the Incredible Hulk movie, he was just literally like maybe like a couple hits away from just like basically blowing up. So
Well,
so he was like
to be
really trying to fucking hold some control over the Hulk.
to be fair,
Hmm.
the the version of Hulk that they used in the Avengers film,
Mm-hmm.
if we're going by storyline,
Mm-hmm.
Mark Ruffalo version of him
Mm-hmm.
had more control over it than the last guy did, and only by the end of the Incredible Hulk that guy got more control.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. But that's why like that's why that's I think that's pretty much why I like the Mark Ruffalo one better, just because he already has like a, a nice decent level of control, compared to the original guy. Which, I mean, again, the Incredible Hulk movie is basically, again, origin story and stuff. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he's still just like working on it the entire fucking time. But
Oh,
but
I'm
it's still
still
just like it's still just rough around the edges, basically.
I'm still so sad that the actor for General Ross way though. It's going to be. I
Mm.
know. No offense to Harrison Ford, but it's.
Hmm? You
And,
cut it off a little bit.
sorry. No offense to Harrison Ford. I imagine he's going to do.
You keep cutting
Um,
off, man.
okay. How's that?
Well, you gotta say a full sentence first before to see if it cuts you off.
Okay. No offense to Harrison Ford. I imagine he's going.
You couldn't even.
It's.
It cut you off at Ford. Bruh. Anyway, no offense to Harrison Ford.
Okay. I just shut off my mic and turned it back on.
Let's hope that works. So, no offense to Harrison Ford.
No offense to Harrison Ford. I imagine he's going to do a phenomenal job portraying as Thunderbolt Ross, aka Red Hulk, in the new Captain America movie.
He's
But it's
gonna
still going to be
he's gonna be in it.
yeah. He's playing as Red Hulk, as General Ross or President Ross now because he's apparently the president of the United States.
Damn, they dug up Harrison Ford to to play a even meaner character. Damn.
Right? But it's like it's going to be so jarring seeing Harrison Ford, and I'm like, that's not General Ross.
Yeah.
They used the exact same actor for General Ross for two different movies. Like
Mm-hmm.
he,
Like, fuck. They could have at least tried looking for like a look-alike or whatever. Like just someone who looks like that guy, a mix of the original actor and with a hint of Dr. Phil in there.
oh God,
In terms of looks.
let's not bring up Dr. Phil. That guy's a sham.
Yeah, but he's still funny.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sham or not,
still sucks.
Sham or not, still funny.
Still sucks. He's a Trump supporter though.
Again, still funny.
But yeah, it's going to be slightly jarring, but I imagine he's can absolutely sell the role,
I'm sure he will.
especially since they have. I'm hoping and praying that they finally got the rights to use the Hulk character for this movie because I don't want Red Hulk to be introduced that he's not like actual Red Hulk. He's supposed to be like a complete opposite to the Hulk.
Crimson Hulk.
Crimson Hulk, Red Hulk. What a
It's like it's not Red Hulk. It's a completely original Hulk. He's a different shade of red. It's crimson.
I'm like, bitch, please. Bitch, please. He's Red Hulk.
Lol. then we get like an alternate form of abomination. It's deformity.
Deformity. Oh God, stop. I will admit though, it was cool that they did bring Abomination back in She-Hulk, but I'm so mad that he reduced to what he was.
Hmm. The version of Abomination from the Incredible Hulk movie, like that, it was scary.
But it was perfect. It was a perfect design.
No, yeah, like, no, yeah. Again, for a for an abomination, for a villain like Abomination, like, yeah, that version is definitely the one.
I wonder when they're going to go back and tell us more about what happened to the to that to the other guy that got affected by Bruce's blood, because I know he
Yeah,
ends
the
up
fucking Stanley.
yeah, not no, not Stanley, the other guy, the one that got some into a cut on his head and it basically enlarged his brain.
I didn't. That's not in the movie.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't see it. Like
It
I didn't see that part. I saw the part. I saw the part with the Stan Lee cameo that it literally ended up, on the fucking bottle.
No. The guy I'm talking about was the guy that helped the villain become Abomination. That guy. The one that was testing on all of Bruce's blood.
Oh. Fucking
Because
Mr. Blue, whatever the fuck.
He will his character will inevitably become the Hulk villain known as the Leader.
The Leader.
The Leader.
Okay, wait. The Leader, like deletion, or like the Leader as in like, like a leader of a pack?
The Leader. So, like the leader of a pack.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like the overarching villain in the Incredible TV and show. He was a bit of a dork, but it's like
I mean, it was a nerdy scientist.
Yeah, to be fair, his entire overall goal was trying to steal the powers of the Hulk for himself, and I'm like, yeah,
I mean,
that's
clearly.
not gonna work out.
Clearly, honestly, and the actor who played him in the Incredible Hulk movie, fitting, pretty fitting.
Fitting, very fitting. He nailed that role. Like, oh my god, every time I saw him, heard him talk, I was like, yeah, no, I like you.
Yeah. God, I want a new Incredible Hulk movie.
We all do. Until Marvel and Disney rights to the Hulk, there's nothing they can do.
What is stopping them from getting the fucking rights? Like, they should have the money to try and buy him already.
They definitely have the money, but the people who have the rights to Hulk is just stubborn. They ain't buying. They ain't budging.
Well, then fuck. Then whoever has the rights should fucking be pressured into making a new goddamn Hulk movie, or at the very least collab with Marvel or something. Like do what they did with Spider-Man. Give like partial rights for the sake of the MCU movies. But still hold primary rights or whatever. Like, fucking just do that, please.
Now that we brought up Disney, I happened to see your comment on a post that you made on Twitter yesterday.
Yeah, and I fucking stand by it.
I was like, Disney wanting to buy Sega just because Sonic outdid Mufasa? Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, like, first off, not gonna happen. Second, Disney doesn't need to buy Sega, because, again, that's first off, they're only what do they what aside from the characters, obviously, what do they contribute to the movies that are technically by Paramount?
I mean, the only thing that Sega contributes to the Paramount films outside of the characters would
Mm.
probably be usage of well, no, no, can't say that because there's only really two video game tracks in the movie. So
Mm.
no, I don't think well, no, no. One of one of their character designers works on the movie series. There's a guy that goes by the name of Tyson Hess.
Mm.
Because of him, that the characters, well, Sonic in general from the first movie
Mm.
ended up getting redesigned, and he redesigned Sonic after the fans had that big backlash, and
Mm.
we inevitably got the Sonic that we have now. And he's the one that basically makes all of the movie designs for all characters.
Okay, but that's just for design. You know, that's not like a develop. That's not really like developer, director, or anything like that. You know,
Oh, then I don't think Sega really has much to do um with overall movie development. Like I imagine they have something screen, but
mm.
everything is done in house by Paramount.
Yeah. So literally, Disney doesn't have to go to Sega for anything. They would have to go.
No.
They would have to go to Paramount, and that's definitely not going to happen.
That is true because if I'm remembering correctly, they can't even buy Paramount. Paramount sold themselves to Skydance Media,
I don't even know
so
what
they
that
would have
is.
to buy. It's another big movie company, so it's like they would have to end up talking to Skydance Media, get get anything done.
Mm-hmm. So
And why?
so not gonna happen.
Definitely
What
not
does
gonna
need to happen is Disney just needs to get their shit together again. You know, fucking visit their fucking roots and don't make it live action.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to be fair, I imagine the Lilo and Stitch live action still
You got cut
planting the
off a
seed.
good chunk, I think.
I imagine the Lilo and Stitch movie
Mm-hmm.
might do well because the model work for Stitch really good.
I mean, yeah.
But
Again, visuals is one thing. You know, visuals is one
Mhm.
thing. It's still, again, the script, the direction, and the actors.
Yep.
That's why those are
And
still big key things for that
I
movie especially.
and the most important thing of the movie that's going to sell it completely, if they don't have the iconic music that Lilo and Stitch had in their movies, it's not going to work. If I don't hear Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride at least once,
But
they fucked up.
well, it probably won't be one for one because it all depends on if they, if they can like get that same exact song.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they don't get like, a new choir of kids to sing it, but
Yeah, that's true.
if it won't be that exact one from the animated movies, then it'll probably just be like, like a remastered or like a remade version of the song.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we can only hope because that's the other thing about the animated movies. Like, at least half of the fucking soundtrack is just Elvis songs.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like literally it's just all Elvis songs. So
To be fair, I said Stitch's design looks great. It does look really good. I'm actually terrified to see Jumba, Pleakley, the Grand Councilwoman, and
mhm.
why is his name why am I drawing a blank on his name?
What does he look like?
You're simp. You're a simp for him. Why am I drawing a blank for his name? He's part of your harem.
Gantu.
Thank you. Why am I drawing a blank on his name?
You could have said Blubberbutt. It's the same thing.
I could have. Damn it.
I
I don't get it. I always draw a blank with his name. I always draw a blank with his name.
It's the simplest. It's second simplest next to Jumba.
Right? I don't get that.
You're weird.
I am very weird.
Yeah, but you do raise a good point. Like, yeah, we already have Stitch's design. And that's one alien. What about 2 through 10?
Yeah, it's like, oh my god. I imagine they could either get this right, or they're going to fuck up royally bad.
Hmm. They might have to go Men in Black style a little bit.
Yeah, that is true.
Hmm. Yeah.
I do at least hope when it comes to specifically those characters, they are able to get their actual VAs for them, because I think it would be weird if they were voiced by someone new.
Well,
Because
it all again, it all depends on the actors themselves. Because again, even if a company would want to get the original actors, it all still depends on if the actors want to or not.
that is very true.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. Who's voicing Stitch in this movie? Do we know?
It's the original VA.
Okay. So yeah. So now we just gotta see if the voice actors for Blakely, Jumba, any and all aliens or whatever that appeared in the OG, if they even make an appearance in this remake,
That is very true.
would even want to be a part of it, because it also depends, like aside from the voice actors themselves, it also depends on like what they even think about the new movie and if they even want to associate themselves with a live action remake.
That is also true. Because let's be real, none of the live act. Okay.
Spill the tea.
can.
Spill the tea.
I could give credit to like one live action
Beauty and the Beast.
Disney. Nope, not even Beauty and the Beast. I wasn't even talk about Beauty and the Beast. No,
Beauty and the Beast live action is the only one for me.
Really? Was it that good? I've never watched it, so I wouldn't know.
Huh?
I haven't watched it.
Nani the fuck? How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you?
I haven't had the opportunity to watch it yet, hun. I've watched almost every single Disney film, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Well, more homework for you. You finally saw Princess and the Frog. Now you gotta see live action Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, it's like the only ones that, well, to be fair, I don't really watch a lot of their live action because I think most of the ones I've watched is just bad. But
They are.
the ones that I enjoyed the most, Maleficent.
I mean, at this point, those barely even count because they're not even remakes. Those are just spin-offs.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, so
I think that's the only reason why I give them credit, because they're not really telling. Telling the original story.
Maleficent doesn't count. Okay, this is talking about actual remakes of the OG animated movies.
It's like Maleficent I liked, Cruella I hated because.
And I was gonna say Cruella doesn't count either, because that's also an origin story spin-off.
But again, I hated it because in the end that wasn't even Cruella DeVille. We know who Cruella DeVille is. We know who Cruella DeVille is. That was nowhere near what.
You cut off at the end.
It's like I said, that was not Cruella DeVille.
I know. That was nowhere near, and then you got cut off.
It's like, if we want to talk live action Cruella DeVille, the only person who's ever done that accurately was Glenn Close in the original 101 Dalmatians. Hell, the sequel to the 101 Dalmatians live action was even better than that.
Yeah, huh?
That reminds me, I should go back and watch those films.
Not until you fucking watch Beauty and the Beast.
It's on the list.
Let it be top of your fucking list. God damn it.
But
cause don't make me fucking quiz you, cause I fucking will.
Quizzing me won't change anything. Even if I watched it, I wouldn't be able to tell you everything from start to finish unless I've watched it multiple times.
Depending on your memory.
My memory is pretty decent, but it's like, again, that's just how I am with movies.
Still, I will test your knowledge.
Let's see here. I watched Aladdin, and I'm sorry. As much as I want to,
Will
as
Smith.
much
Will
as
Smith could not save that movie.
no, Will Smith couldn't save that movie. I'm sorry. It's
Nah.
like, no offense to Will Smith, phenomenal actor,
Oh yeah.
hilarious actor, but
Yeah. Always.
he's no Robin Williams.
Nah. Nah. He tried his best, but not for how they did it. Not for how it was done. Nah.
Yeah, it was not enough. I'm sorry.
Nah.
And then of course I watched The Lion. I tried watching The Lion King, and no, I'm sorry. Just no.
No.
I can't even give any good justice for it. No, just no. Don't do this to Lion King. I have a fucking picture for the Lion King hanging on my wall. That is my overall all-time favorite film, and they botched it.
Shush. You're peeking.
I'm sorry, but I'm still mad.
I know. Again, nothing beats the originals, and honestly, if we wanted to watch, realistic talking lions, fucking watch Narnia.
Yeah, Narnia is a vastly better movie.
Mhm.
And then, what was the other live action? The Jungle Book, right?
Mm.
Uh,
Fucking cars.
to be fair, I did like the scene they did with King Louis, Louis in the Jungle Book. But as far as that goes, just stick to the original.
Mm. Trying to remember. Who played King Louis?
I want to say it was actually his original VA from the cartoon version. I want to say it was.
Then what fucking monkey am I thinking of that got based off of a God, who is it? Who would play him? God damn it, what the fuck is his name?
Speak your thoughts. What are you thinking of?
Guys, okay, I'm just gonna fucking describe him until the name potentially hits me. It's like oldish man, kind of short, comes out in Hairspray and Sleepy Hollow. Kind of bulgy eyes, grayish hair.
Godfrey?
No. Fuck. He's like right there. Fuck, the name is literally, it's like fuzzy and is floating in my goddamn brain.
Is there anything else that he was in?
Fuck, I'm trying to remember. Fuck, I think. Is it Walker or Walken? Chris.
Christopher.
Yes, that guy.
Oh yeah. Wait, no, that was the person they had for King Louis in the Jungle Book remake, Christopher Walken.
Yeah, cause that was literally like the one like core fucking memory I have from like watching the trailers for the Jungle Book live action. It was literally like, oh hey, they made him into a monkey, and like it was pretty damn nice. Yeah. For whatever fucking reason, I kept like, instead of Christopher Walken, I kept fucking thinking Willem Dafoe. It's like, no.
Oh no,
like,
that's the Green Goblin.
No,
Norman Osborn.
No, I know. It's just, God, I don't even know why the fuck I tend to confuse those two. They're like almost nothing alike, but I guess they're just like short old men. You know, that's like the only thing that I correlate them with, I guess.
No, I think the reason you're confusing them is because both wacky as fuck when it comes to the roles that they do.
That too. That too. They're both hilarious.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're just both funny short kings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was like my fucking struggle. It's like I know it's not Willem Dafoe. It's like I knew for a fact it's not him. It's like it's the other guy. It's the other guy. But I couldn't fucking think who was the other old man. It's like Christopher Walken.
Speaking of Willem Dafoe, I ended up seeing a behind the scenes video, No Way Home, and Jamie Foxx was talking about um, Dafoe's portrayal as the Green Goblin. And he was like doing an impression of Willem Dafoe. I'm like, this man can do an impression for fucking everybody because it was the way he was talking. It was so damn believable.
You gotta
that is 1-to-1.
You gotta find it and send it to me because now I'm curious.
Hang on. I can pull this up. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, no, Willem's like updated Goblin was like even more insane than the original, and it was like, yeah, this version is actually kind of better. Like this one's actually kind of cool, because you know the OG is just like, okay, Green Goblin, but basically a murderer, like basically just giving very heavy murderer vibes. I don't know. Whereas like No Way Home version is like still a little murdery, but more, more comedic, like a lot more comedic compared to the original. For me at least. This stream's going on 3 fucking hours, and I have like nothing and I'm not doing anything entertaining in the background. Oops. Okay. At this point, literally just fucking have us both here.
Okay, found the video.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it a link. It's about a minute in, so it's quick to miss.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So yeah, I'm just gonna have our characters on the screen for right now, and I'll watch the video later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
Mm-hmm.
they are made for certain roles, and like choosing Willem Dafoe to be the Green Goblin back in the original Spider-Man film, he just nailed that role, and now it's
Yeah, it was perfect. Like it, honestly, it's hard to tell, or not hard to tell. Different words. It's hard to really like. I don't know. It's hard to picture the Green Goblin as being played by anybody else. If it had to be live action, it's like literally, if you think of Green Goblin, the first person you're gonna think of is Willem Dafoe.
It's kind of like in the same scenario with Jim Carrey and Dr. Rock.
Huh?
That's Jim Carrey with 8. It's like it's the same Willem Dafoe for Green Goblin is the same for Jim Carrey with basically any role he's ever done.
I mean, for me at least, he'll always be my Grinch.
It's
He
like,
will always be my Grinch. Ain't nobody better. Ain't nobody better.
and for me, it's like I've watched a lot of Jim Carrey's films. I think the worst one that I've watched that I didn't really care too much about was Mr. Popper's Penguins, but that's about it. But
Never even heard of
literally,
that, but it sound title is ridiculous.
it's a Disney movie, so.
Mm.
But yeah, you have Jim Carrey as the Mask. Literally, no one's ever going to be able to take that role from him, like ever.
Yeah, no, like I mean, the fact that Son of the Mask does exist, like that spineless dude, whoever the fuck he was, no no
Hmm.
no competition for that.
Yeah, and they.
I do fucking love Loki though. I do love that version of Loki. What the
Oh
fuck?
yeah.
What the fuck was his name again? Is that Alan Cummings?
I don't actually know off the top of my head.
I feel like it
Yeah,
is, but I just can't remember.
yeah, I know who you're talking about because yeah, he did a phenomenal job as Loki, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know his name.
Son of the Mask. Why the fuck are you in Spanish, Google? God. Fucking.
But then you have Jim Carrey as Ace Ventura. I'm so
Yep, it was Alan Cumming.
okay.
Yeah, it was him. Yeah, like him as Loki. Like, I I don't know. Honestly, that was like the only good reason for me to fucking watch Son of the Mask because I hated every other moment of it.
Oh, definitely.
Like literally,
Loki was by far the highlight of that.
yeah. Like I came for the mask. I stayed for Loki.
Hmm. But yeah, then you have Jim Carrey with Ace Ventura. Let's be real. Ace Ventura is what put him on the map.
Oh yeah, fucking like yeah. No, there's no other Ace Ventura that isn't Jim Carrey because I don't know. Has anybody else ever played Ace Ventura, not including the kid version?
No, and yeah, I was about to mention the kid version. I'm like,
Yeah, no, the kid version doesn't count here. We don't talk about him.
fucking Ace Ventura Jr. God, that movie sucked.
Yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, no, we don't talk about him.
And of course, I'm sorry, but Paramount has dug themselves into a hole because it's like if they wanted to like say have someone else fill the role of Dr. Robotnik
Hmm.
after Jim Carrey, I'm like, yeah, no, that's never gonna happen. He's basically made that his role. That's him.
Yeah, no. At this point, yeah. Yeah, at this point, no, no one can play. Now nobody can play Robotnik without being a disappointment.
Hmm.
Yeah, like if you're not as wacky and crazy as Jim Carrey makes Robotnik out to be, then no shot, no shot.
Hmm. Also, can I just give some appreciation to the Paramount movies on the fact that they religiously keep to the fact that Eggman's name is Dr. Ivo Robotnik? Like, I know the video games call him Dr. Eggman, but
Mm-hmm.
that's always been just a nickname that Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and everybody else call because he's an egg-shaped man.
Yeah.
But his name has always been legitimately Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Mm-hmm.
He just answers to the name at this point because he basically
Might as well.
doesn't care.
Yeah,
He
because it's
might as
like
well.
yeah, you just might as well. Cause it's like again, whenever a villain tries to like correct the hero on on again being a grammar Nazi basically,
Hmm.
it just again it gets old after a while. It gets tiring, and it's like you know what? Never mind. Just go with the nickname because they're not gonna call you by your actual name. They're you know they're your rivals. So yeah.
Yeah. But I am so glad that they have stuck to that name because it's like that just takes me back to the 90s watching like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog or
You're
Sonic.
showing your age, Yami.
Shut up! Shut up!
Never.
Let me reminisce. Those are good times.
Nah. You gonna fucking diss me and my shit on my own stream? I'm dissing you on my own stream.
No!
Yes, I can do so. I am the host.
Eh. Ree!
No rees here.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Hmm?
going back to movies,
Yeah.
I happened to hear some conversation about people talking about the Super Mario Brothers movie, and they were talking about everything about that movie. Well, they just didn't like the fact that Chris Pratt voiced as Mario, and I was like, why? I thought he did a really good job. I mean, yes,
I mean, cause
it was still.
cause again, like, again, when you look at the fucking the initial like behind the scenes or whatever, and the little interviews or whatever, he said that, what the fuck was it that he said that, like, he tried his best to, like, to basically just that he tried his best or whatever, but it's like, dude, your best is just your own goddamn voice. You put no effort into actually, like, even putting a goddamn accent or anything, not even for just like certain lines or whatever.
But the funny thing about it is that when
You cut
they
off.
did that,
At this point, Yami, like, fucking hang up, get back in, and maybe that'll help fix things.
yep.
Mm-hmm. Do.
And back.
All right, now restart your
But
sentence.
as I was saying,
Mm-hmm.
when they started the Super Mario Brothers movie and they showed that little commercial that Mario and Luigi made, that was him doing that impression. That was him doing that.
Yeah, but also it was for a commercial within the movie. It wasn't Mario's speaking voice.
Well, to be fair, I think that would have been annoying to deal with for the entire movie. Honestly, not to mention that would probably be abysmal to do on their voice. Abysmal to do for their entire voice.
I
That
mean,
would probably do so much damage.
maybe so, but again, at least for like certain lines or whatever, or even like little catchphrases or something. Fuck, he only did like one wahoo probably in that entire fucking movie. That was it. And that was the closest thing to sounding like Mario that he ever did.
Mm.
Other than that, it's just, it might as well have just been, it might as well have just been live action, Mario from the OG movie. Because
Let's not talk about that movie, please.
hey, I love that movie. Okay, I fucking love that movie. I don't care what anybody
You
says.
did, but no one else did.
I don't give a shit. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was different. Yeah, and
Look,
I
if I
and
could
I
say
and I
that
and
I
I,
have-
appre- and I appreciate the creativity of it.
Well, I can say that I enjoyed Chris Pratt's portrayal of Mario. Honestly, the way they did the portrayal of every character in that movie, I was like, finally, these characters feel believable.
I mean, fucking. Okay, who voiced Luigi again? Charlie.
Charlie Day, yeah.
Yeah, fucking. He did a better job with Luigi, and and even with like the whininess of Luigi's voice. Fucking, he did a much better Luigi than Chris Pratt doing a Mario.
Which is why I'm kind of excited for the second movie because apparently it's been leaked that the plot of the second movie will revolve mostly around Luigi's mansion.
Fucking better be.
I will be so excited if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've been wanting to try and get my hands on all three Luigi's Mansion games for the hottest minute. I'm
Mm.
still mad that I will need to have my Nintendo Switch Online upgraded to the expansion pack because the first one's locked behind that.
Of course. Yeah.
But unfortunately, in my case, I can't do that because I'm not the one paying my Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah. Oh well.
And then I will still have to get me a new controller because
Mm-hmm.
my GameCube controller has pretty much given up on me.
Duh.
I would have to get me a new GameCube controller for Smash related stuff, and I would need to get me a Pro controller for everything else. So
Mm.
that's two controllers I have to buy.
You're too hard of a gamer.
It's not even my fault. I mean, to be fair, this
They don't.
GameCube controller,
They don't just mess up on their own.
well, that is true, but to be fair, this GameCube controller I have, not really the best of quality. It
Mm.
was never the best of quality because it's like I only had it for a month before buttons started to get gummed up, and I've cleaned this out multiple times. It
Mm.
was like the analog sticks are getting jammed, and
Mm.
then because it's a USB controller, like it's directly ported into plugged up into the port,
Mm.
so I can use it like that. I think the ports on my dock is actually worn out. Like there are
Mm.
times where I will have to continuously fight to get it to turn on,
Damn.
and it will turn. And if I and I can literally take this controller, plug it up to anything else that got a USB drive on in my room, it'll work just fine. But it's the Switch that's not recognizing it.
Mm.
So yeah, again, not my fault. I just know that my Switch is showing its age.
Mm.
Oh god.
Mine's still working just fine.
That reminds me. Oh no, I'm gonna have to save up to try and get you the next system.
I mean, I mean, I'm not I'm not really all that like in a rush about it. So like, like you can hold off from it.
Mhm.
Yeah, cause first off, we gotta see how the fuck it's actually gonna be. Like, does it bring anything new other than just possibly what improved performance? I guess.
Well,
And it and
apparently
and it would
this.
and it would just have to be better than an OLED.
Well, I imagine it's going to take a lot from the OLED and improve it slightly because they've already said that the next Switch system
Mm.
will rival that of a PS4 Pro.
Mm. I
I
mean,
know that's not saying much because it's like PS4 is pretty much obsolete at this point, but
mm.
in comparison to what we got with the Switch right now, it
Mm.
would run vastly better.
Mm-hmm.
Although I wonder how they're going to compete, considering that apparently Sony is in the talks of making a new PSP.
I mean, they already stopped giving love to the Vita. Like that was the new PSP back in the day.
Yeah, but they're talking that this new handheld console that they're working on is definitely going to rival that of the PS5, this that little Steam Deck thing that's going on,
Mm.
and that Steam got, and every other handheld gaming console on the market. They're already saying it's going to be stronger than that of the Switch.
Doubt it.
Mm. It's more like a wait and see moment for me because it's like
Mm.
the only reason I would buy it is if Square got off their asses and make an actual Dissidia game that is actually good. Because the one we got for consoles was absolute shit.
No, I wouldn't know. Never played it.
Trust me, you dodged a bullet.
I've heard the title, but I know nothing of Dissidia.
It's basically just a fighting game with Final Fantasy characters. That's all it is.
Mm. Shit. Oh. Well, anyways, like I said, ain't no rush for the next Nintendo Switch. At least not until we get more info and comparisons between the current Switch as we know it, even comparisons with the OLED, which honestly is the OLED is just like a slightly improved version of the regular Switch, and it has a just slightly spaced out screen because
Hmm.
the black bars or whatever don't take up all that extra space. Like they basically removed that for the OLED.
Right.
Yeah. And other than that, like what even is the major differences between the regular Switch and the OLED?
Hmm. February 27th. Can't get here fast enough.
What's going on there?
That's when that Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days collection comes out.
Oh yeah.
And if Konami does this and it does well, they have set up the formula to actually do something great with this. You know why?
Hmm.
So basically, the early days collection is basically focusing on their retro games, right? And as it stands right now, the games that we do know comes out um
Hmm.
on where is that website? Why can't I find it?
What are you looking for again?
I'm trying to find the website that shows the list of games that want to be on the early days collection.
Hmm.
Where are you? Nintendo Switch. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel, no, no. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Fine. Gonna be stubborn. Don't show me what I'm looking for. Fine. I will just type it out and look it up myself.
Hmm.
I hate technology sometimes. There we go. There it is. Okay, so as I was trying to say, the early days collection is going to have a lineup of titles that was released during the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color era of Yu-Gi-Oh games. So they
Uh
have
huh.
the games you would expect during that in that era. They have everything from the original Duel Monsters game that
Hmm.
basically was revolving around the Season Zero, all the way up to Seven Trials to Glory, which was the first World Championship tournament. Well, no, it wasn't. The first one they
Hmm.
made was actually World Championship 2004, but Seven Trials to Glory was basically their last Game Boy Advance game before they started going into the GX era of games.
Right.
So easily, if this succeeds, and I imagine it will, because let's be real, Yu-Gi-Oh is a big franchise and whatnot, and I imagine
Mm-hmm.
people to this day is still pretty active with it.
Oh yeah.
Um, if it sells really, really well, they
Hmm.
could potentially make an early days collection too, and introduce stuff revolving around the GX era and era stuff. And there's, well, hang on,
Hmm.
okay, they could potentially not only introduce games from their handheld line of games, they can also introduce their console titles as well. As
Hmm.
well, like there's yes, I will say their most popular games are definitely on the
Handhelds.
handhelds, but there's still a plethora of console games they could introduce as well. Like they could bring out Duelist of the Roses, which was the first Yu-Gi-Oh console game. They could bring in the beginning of Destiny, which was a Yu-Gi-Oh GX console game. And speaking of GX, they could bring in Yu-Gi-Oh GX Duel Academy, which was a Game Boy Advance game. They
Hmm.
could bring in Spirit Caller, which Spirit Caller was an amazing game. Oh my god. It's one of the few Yu-Gi-Oh games I still own to this day, even though I don't have a 3DS anymore.
Duh.
Yeah, I sold my 3DS because I wasn't playing it anymore.
Right. I think you told me this.
I almost didn't get nothing for it because, for some strange reason, the paint was chipping on it.
That what?
The paint started chipping on it.
Off of what again? Sorry, I
The
wasn't paying
the
attention for a moment.
the paint started chipping off my 3DS. Hadn't even
Ah.
touched it in months up to years of time. But when I picked it up, put it in my pocket, was going to the game stop to sell it,
Hmm.
paint was falling off of it. I was like, what?
Hmm.
I kept that in good condition. So how did that happen? I will not know.
Weather, environment. I don't know.
It's possible. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
Like like
whole
like
lineup.
like most things, you got to keep them in a cooled and dry place.
hmm But yeah, there's a whole lineup of Yu-Gi-Oh games they could potentially introduce to this whole early days collection and sell it for people to get their hands on. Because I
Mhm.
personally would like them to make more and go into the Nintendo DS line of games because
Mhm.
I would love to be able to play Spirit Caller, Stardust Accelerator, Reverse of Arcadia, and Over the Nexus again, as well as Nightmare Troubadour.
Fucking. I'm literally on the Wikipedia page for like all the Yu-Gi-Oh video games that have been released. The first fucking one that literally like disconnected me for a brief moment from what you were talking about.
hmm
Literally from okay, what was it? From fucking 98. From 1998 on the PlayStation. Yu-Gi-Oh
hmm
Monster Capsule Breed and Battle.
Breed and Battle.
Breed
What?
and Battle. Like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That is what it is. Fucking Breed and Battle.
Hmm.
Okay, let me. Okay, let me. Let me check the wiki for this. It was only released in Japan, so of course
Yeah.
Japan can get away with a title like that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the early days collection list, and outside of like one, I
Mm,
well, two of them. I no, yeah, two of them.
mm,
All the others that they got here definitely released in America.
yeah. Again, it was mostly like the really old ones that those were primarily Japan only.
hmm
But yeah, so I send you the wiki for Yu-Gi-Oh Monster Capsule Breed and Battle.
Oh no.
Yeah, fucking yeah. This is the first. This is the first. 1998 is okay. It features a more well-developed variant of the Capsule Monster chess game from the manga. Uh, primarily features characters from the Toei anime. Players raise and train capsule monsters to defeat opponents
Hmm.
in the tournament.
I see.
Mm-hmm. And of course, there's Duel Monsters. That was from the Game Boy. It was literally just later that same year. Also, only released in Japan. And Duel Monsters 2 Dark Duel Stories for the Game Boy Color. Also only released in Japan. Okay. So, okay. So, okay, so Dark Duel Stories did end up getting North American release, but it was basically technically the third Duel Monsters game in Japan. Dungeon Dice Monsters. Damn, fucking Sacred Cars came out in 2002. God, I'm old. Yeah, cause again, I still have my cartridge and it still works.
I think I still have a few of my Yu-Gi-Oh games, and they still work.
Yeah. Again, I only have that one and like 2 DS games, which are those little World Championship ones.
Although I can say my Seven Trials to Glory game is an absolute trooper. No, see, I was cleaning it out with some alcohol one day, and I happened to step into the bathroom for a split second. I didn't notice that the tub was full, and I ended up tripping over something, and the cartridge fell right into the water. I was like, okay, what an interesting turn of events. And I was like, I let it dry out for a few hours, and it worked perfectly fine.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were too goddamn clumsy.
You can't say shit.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
I'm not as clumsy as you in my own goddamn home.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Like, I believe that.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm if anything, I am literally the most careful when I'm at home. I have more shit happen to me outside of the home.
Okay, sure. We'll choose to believe that. Ow! Damn it! I cracked my fingers. Ah! Damn, that hurt.
Yeah, and then you're talking shit about me.
Well, I haven't flexed my hand in a while, so they tensed up.
Yeah, and yet I have been, I've been stretching my fucking hands like pretty much throughout this entire fucking stream. To not get stiff. So
Stop it.
So who's fucking, who's dissing the other one now?
Me.
No, it's me, bitch.
No, it's me.
No, it's me. Nope, it's me. Anyways, you're still the most clumsy in your own home. Where the fuck do I have that? Okay, no.
Hey, 12:35. Merry Christmas.
Merry Chrysler. Merry Crisis.
Tomorrow's going to be a quiet day. Unless I pester you, but you will probably find something to do.
I mean, I don't know. Again, fucking... Okay. Tomorrow is... Okay, it's Wednesday. I don't know if Dad will even be home, and again, probably just end up spending time with the kid. I don't know what Mom will do other than probably continue working on her apartment. Isaac doesn't celebrate Christmas. Britt might already have plans on the side. I don't expect anything from Joseph, and more than likely he either has it off or he could probably be working. He actually got a new job, slightly better than Wendy's in terms of stress levels.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
and Sheena has just been completely fucking silent for these past few months. Cause I don't even know why. I know like the initial reasons have just been because he's been overworked like crazy. But then again, that's Walmart for you.
Mhm.
But outside of that, I legit have no idea. So yeah,
Hmm.
more than likely just gonna be home. Could potentially stream again. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that I gotta fucking I gotta deal with this room again. I still haven't put away my goddamn laundry.
You need to put away the laundry before the cat gets to it. Let me stop.
Wow. Lucky for me, I have no cats aside from
What am I, chop liver?
You're a digital cat.
I have a Digivice, so I can leave the digital world. Let me stop.
I don't have a digivice, so you can't come over here.
Damn it! She found the loophole.
Yeah, like very easily.
Imagine if that shit was real though. God, I could go anywhere.
Does the digivice works on tamers?
Uh, hmm.
Oh, Kyle.
I mean, they do go to the digital world in Digimon Tamers, but it doesn't work the same like it did in Digimon Adventure 2,
I wouldn't know.
where they could.
I've never watched Digimon in my entire fucking life, so I wouldn't know a damn thing.
Okay, so Digimon Adventure 2 is the only one where they actually had the physical capability of leaving the digital world whenever they felt like it.
Hmm.
hmm Digimon Adventure 1, on the other hand, they were basically trapped there for a short period of time, then went back, then they um, realized, oh yeah, something fucky is going on, so we have to go back, fix this shit, then leave.
Hmm.
And then Digimon Tamers 3, they did go, and God, it's been so long since I've watched Digimon. I really need to watch Digimon again. Oh, damn it.
Not until you fucking see Beauty and the Beast.
It's on the list.
Top of the list.
Let's see here. In Digimon Frontier, they were basically trapped in the digital world until they beat Usamon.
Hmm. Hmm. Give me a second while you collect your thoughts so I can get a thing. And I return
Welcome back.
with my Yu-Gi-Oh games that I have. Yeah, that I have two for the DS, both of which are World Championship games. I have 2007 and 2011, and then of course the very classic Sacred Cards.
Wait, did you say you had 2007 and 2011 for the World Championship on the DS?
Yeah, huh?
Ooh, then you didn't have either of the good Yu-Gi-Oh games on the DS.
Well, first off, I was lucky to even have the 2007 one because I think I I want to say this one was just randomly given to me, so like I didn't buy this one, but I did buy 2011. Like that one for sure. I did get that one on my own, but 2007, I think was given to me. And Sacred Cards, that one was definitely bought. I definitely bought that one. I think back when Blockbuster existed.
Oh Lord, showing your age.
Yeah, but hey, it was good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I was spending time with my mother when I was young, and while it wasn't a Blockbuster, it was a video rental store that was near the place she stayed.
Mhm.
back when me and my sister was a kid, I used to rent games there from time to time, and I think I rented this like Toy Story game they had. I wanted to beat it so badly, but it's like the time to rent stuff like that was so short that by the
Mm.
time I got halfway through the game, it was time to take it back.
Did you not? Could you not ask for an extension?
No, they didn't allow that. Not
Duh.
with games.
Damn. I think, man, I can't even fucking remember what the hell was like the time limit for games, and not only in Blockbuster but also in this other video store that I don't know if it was like specifically on the island or if it was like available anywhere else. It was called Video Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Way bigger, way bigger than Blockbuster in terms of space first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know about variety, but they were definitely able to carry a shit ton more.
Yeah,
And
the place, the
mm,
place that my mom used to go to, it was definitely smaller than your average Blockbuster.
mm,
The one thing that always caught my attention about it was that it was in the shape of a giant big red barn.
look,
But every time I went there, I always went towards the video games, but I always had to avoid looking in one direction because the video games was near the horror movie section in that
oh,
store. And
okay.
every time I walked by it, I would walk by a copy of the horror movie version of the movie Jack Frost. And it would have this little,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cover
It's
image,
yeah. It was that lenticular cover.
yeah, it was that cover
Yeah,
where the snowman transitions to this terrifying looking face. I was like, yeah, no,
I
no, I
remember
don't,
that.
I don't want to. I do not want to taint my love for Jack Frost. Okay, that movie is so good. I love that movie.
Fine. Well, at the very least, in Video Avenue, um, like for as big of a place it was pretty much organized in like uh in just in like short aisles, and of course the walls. Um, one thing, two things I remember for sure was
Mhm.
that I think most video games were pretty much kept towards the front of the store.
Hmm.
So like they would be like the first things that you would see,
Mhm.
and and then the pornos and were basically towards the back.
Mm.
Yeah, and not all. At least, okay. I know for sure. I know that there were at least like some I guess semi R rated type movies or whatever
Mhm.
that probably were not full on porno, but
Mhm.
they were definitely on the perverted side. So like the one movie that will always stay in my head because I always just looked at the cover just kind of like out of curiosity
Mhm.
was Fritz the Cat.
Oh no.
Mhm. Yeah, like almost every time I would pass by just like looking at the aisles and whatnot, and then that one showed up. It's like it's a cartoon, but every time I pick it up, it's like this is definitely an adult cartoon of sorts. So
Mhm.
of course never saw it or whatever. But again, I just pick it up, observe, put it back, move on.
Mhm.
Yeah, and there was always a door in the back. There was always at least like a door or two towards the back wall that I know was for the more actual pornos and stuff.
Mhm.
It's a shame that fucking Video Avenue ended up fucking closing down over the years.
Yeah.
So I was never old enough to ever go back there.
Yeah.
Damn shame. And one thing One video game I do remember getting from Video Avenue was, I think, one of the fucking WarioWare games. Yeah, for the for the Game Boy. It was I
Wait, Game Boy?
okay. I say WarioWare, but like I don't know if it was specifically WarioWare, but I know it was primarily Wario games.
Wario Land. WarioWare didn't come in until.
I mean, is Wario Land just a bunch of um, just a bunch of like mini games and stuff?
No.
So then it's not Wario Land.
But that's impossible. WarioWare didn't exist in the Game Boy era.
Give me a second. Wario video games. Again, I'm saying WarioWare as just an example. I don't know what the fuck it was actually called. I just know that it was for the Game Boy, and or at the very least, like, you know, again, Game Boy Advance or whatever. And it it had this thing that you could okay, the fucking cartridge on this thing was like pretty damn big, like it stuck out a bit. And the reason for this was because it was like the basically how like the Switch has like motion detecting technology and whatnot. This game basically had the same thing. So it basically knew whenever you were tilting your Game Boy around.
That sounds like Wario Land Shake It.
It could be. But but no, because those all cuz okay, wait. Cuz those were also for the Wii.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm on the wiki. I'm on Wikipedia. But yeah, like 2000, Wario Land Shake It came out 2008 for the Wii, and then 2016 for the Wii U. There's Wario Master of Disguise, that's for the DS and the Wii U. Wario World, that's for the GameCube. Wario Land 4, that one's for the Game Boy Advance. Seriously, I don't think it was that one. Wario Land 3, that one was for the Game Boy Color. Okay, so no, definitely not that one. So again, somewhere in the Game Boy, in the GBA eras of sorts. But yeah, no, and yeah, no, it definitely wasn't a Wario Land game.
Yeah, it can't be a Wario Land game because I only got to play Wario Land 3, but the Wario Land games are mostly platformers.
Okay, let's see. Aha! It is a WarioWare game. Yeah, WarioWare Twisted.
Oh, WarioWare Twisted. I completely forgot about.
Yeah, that one is only for the Game Boy Advance, and it came out in 2004.
I didn't think WarioWare existed during the GBA days.
Yeah, but literally the first WarioWare, again according to Wikipedia, is WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games. That one came out for both the Game Boy Advance and the GameCube, and during the same year, 2003. Then for the 3DS in 2011 as basically as an exclusive of sorts. Yeah, as a virtual console and ambassador program exclusive. Then in 2014 it came out for the Wii U, also part of the virtual console, and 2023 in the Switch as part of the Nintendo Switch Online thing. So yeah, so that was the first one, and then Twisted, that one was just specifically for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, and that one literally. Okay, let me just look up more info on it. Yeah, the cartridge utilizes a gyro sensor, and players must spin and twist in order to play the games. Yep, that's that one. Yeah, I had recognized the picture immediately because it got like a dizzy Wario face in the corner.
I want them to make a new Wario Land games. No, if WarioWare, I know it's got its fan base, but come on. Why would I want to play WarioWare Ware games when it's literally just an offshoot of Mario Party, and I hate Mario Party?
I mean, is it?
It is. That's all it is. It's just a Wario-styled Mario Party.
I don't know. At least with Twisted, it didn't feel like that to me. It was really just, just a bunch of mini games. Yeah, like no parties involved.
But yeah, it's like Nintendo is just weird when it comes to the Wario character in general, because it's like, let's be honest.
I mean, he's weird.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like, without Wario, the Mario franchise actually failed hard back in its new Super Mario Brothers lineup of games. Like, throughout the entire lifespan of the Wii and the Nintendo DS, when they were doing their whole Super Mario games and they were labeled as new with the word new in the title, all those games flopped. It was thanks to them making Wario Land games throughout that entire lifespan that Mario stayed relevant.
I don't know. I like the fucking. Well, okay, no, I'm thinking way older. I guess I'm thinking way older. I was thinking of the old fucking of the old like Super Mario Bros. Cartridge, like from the Game Boy Color and stuff.
Oh, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking. I have not beaten that game ever.
Neither have I. Neither have I.
And what makes me mad is that I was literally one level away beating the game. My Game Boy Color fried.
You have the absolute worst luck.
Yeah, I do. Anyway, hon, it's 12:55.
It's 1:55.
It's 12:55. I'm tired.
Yeah. All right. Time to breed and battle with your bed.
You're not here. Let me stop. Damn it.
That was a good one, actually.
You're welcome.
Hey, I gave you the damn material.
You set yourself up for that one.
Speaking of material, hope you enjoy all the material I sent you today.
Nose is itchy. Anyway, good night.
Night. And now, good night to the stream.